Hey guys, so as you can tell, the paint's definitely begun. It's hard to really pick the colour up on camera, but it's Warwick yellow. It's a little bit lighter than it looks on the phone screen, but I had Sean come around about a month ago. He painted the inside, the door jambs, and inside the doors, as well as the engine bay. So it's done a fair bit since the last video. So that all came out pretty good. Happy with it. We've got our strut top covers manufactured, so they came out great. They're a little bit tight on the top of the turret, but it should be fine. So all the panels are on now, ready to go. I'll show you the diff in a minute. So I tacked all the brackets on the diff, got the diff built, and then just tacked in a bar between the chassis rails, just to get it on the ground so we can roll it around. But it's going to go to a professional, be done probably the start of next year. They'll put a proper cross-member bar in there and do a panhard rod and any roll bar, so that'll be done properly. So I don't know, I don't really trust my own welding abilities, but it's going to be good enough just to roll around for the time being. So hopefully in about a month it'll be able to sit on its own wheels instead of these crappy steelies. But good to have some spares. Oh, this one's obviously already gone down, so I'll have to put some air in it before it goes. Yeah, paint turned out awesome so far. So a bit of a pain getting all this stuff on. I'll show you an example. So just getting all the bolts in, and I've got all the hardware in for the doors, so all the mechanisms work. Got the window winder on this side as well. So yeah, that's all coming out Mickey Mouse. Chipped a bit of paint here and there, so I'll just have to touch that up at some point. Yeah, all the doors shut, they're all locked. Got the steering column in, as well as K-frame bolts. So I've got the 12-point hardware in there. Still looking to sell a kit, but just gonna make sure it's all gonna be fine first before I start selling it to people to use in their cars. Had to take the calipers off to fit the wheels on, obviously, because the wood calipers would hit on these wheels. So no issue with the welds, but just the steelies, they just don't want to work. That's them all ready to go. Yeah, I'll lift it up and I'll show you the diff. So with the car in the air, I can show you underneath. So we've got the Vikings in there at the moment. They'll probably be replaced at some point with something else, potentially. So I've got all these just tacked in there at the moment. So definitely not structural or anything. So I ended up getting the Showtime custom lower mounts because the McDonald's Brothers ones just stuck out too far. So the coil would actually sit on an angle and hit that cross member there. Now I spoke to a few people and they said cut it out, bash it. I didn't really want to do that. So I just found these ones, chucked them on. They seem to work all right. I got the Showtime's Customs upper mounts as well. They are fine. Seem to do the job. McDonald's Brothers ones are a bit obnoxious, so I think when this gets all redone, these will probably sit about there, and they'll probably be more straight. I'm not a suspension guy, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Got the adjustable uppers and lowers. They'll probably be replaced with spherical bearings, but then you can somewhat see the tack welds done for that cross member. Now, from what I've seen, people actually put a bit of plate in there to mold this bar to the plate, so that's probably going to be what's done, just to keep it all strong. I did buy a panhard bar, but I haven't fitted it yet, just because I don't know, still need to think about that. But yeah, it's all here. Wheels turn freely. So I'll show you what's going on with this diff. So it's a 35 spline. Just got a bit of pipe in there now to hold it all steady, so these don't flex too much. So I got the strange axles, We've got a true track center going in, 3/7 div gears for this beast. Now we started talking about what we're doing with it, so that'll come at some point. But and I was also looking at the handbrake line. I did get the Wilwood one, but it makes, you need to kind of mount a bracket to something to hold the cable straight, and it was just a pain in the ass. And I'll be running a 2-piece tail shaft, so I'm going to need my center bearing. The problem is these eyelets are too small, so I'm going to have to use a file or something to enlarge them to fit around the handbrake mechanism, as well as that's too big, so I'm going to have to mill that out to slot it in. Other than that, it's all happening.